Athletes step out for the first time, and you know they've got big autumns and preparations ahead of them, so it's very important for them to run well. And see him getting beaten today, and he won like a good horse that he is, and we know that he ran third in the Cox Plate and of course nearly won the Epsom, so he'll now come over to Sydney. And gee, I think there's a few options for him, but what sort of race do you think that he'll head for?
Probably the Queen Elizabeth will be his grand final. He could run in a Doncaster, but I think they want to come to Sydney rather than Melbourne because he likes some give in the ground.
Yeah.
And look, he's an amazing horse. That was a little sneak peek. He runs in the CSAs.
He's such a nice horse.
Yeah. Just one. Blackheart Park claims a lead.
Not to mention the colt heroes that have won in recent years.
Hartnell's lifting. Hartnell lifting. The big boys come back in style and won it.
Who will add their name to racing royalty today? It is an incredible honour roll, the CF4 Stakes, and it's been won by many Australian horses of the year. This year, it's worth $500,000. It's weight for age, and it's over 1,400 metres. And who are the key contenders? Well, they're led by a horse who originally was from WA. He's calling Victoria home now. He was fantastic winning the Memsie, terrific first up winning the Australia Stakes. He's the favourite, Scales of Justice.
Scales of Justice dropping on it. Scales of Justice at the 50 takes the lead from Sosi Bonalise, and Scales of Justice 3/4 to Sosi Bonalise.
It's rare for a horse to win a Group 1, let alone to win 3. And his super win over in Perth in the Winterbottom. Haydock stamped himself as such a quality galloper. Can he take that brilliance back out to 1,400 metres? He'll take a power of catching. Haydock.
He's trying to run him down, but it's Haydock dominant in front, and Haydock all the way. Haydock goes on to win the Winterbottom from Vital Silver Rock Magic.
And then we get a horse who captured our imaginations in the spring when he was fantastic winning the Rupert Clark. That was at a handicap. Can he do it at weight for age? What a story it'll be for the second Group 1 for Daniel Bowman. Be good to your mother.
Be good to your mother. Still going well at the 100. Leads a length and a half. There's a big party at the bull tonight. Be good to your mother from 8.
And then we get a horse who's trained up in Sydney by Matty Smith, who's originally from Wangaratta. And this horse went to a whole different level in the spring when he won over 1,400 metres here, and then, the mile, I should say, and the Toorak, and then went and won at Fabulous Flemington. 2 Group 1 wins at the mile. Can his brilliance be extended to weight for age in 1,400 metres? Fierce Impact.
Fierce Impact just in front of 50 Stars, who's coming back. Fierce Impact and a head bobber. Fierce Impact does the Toorak Cantala double.
They are just some of the key contenders. You add in Avilius, you can add in Ring-a-Ding-Ding, maybe even Night's Watch Late. Tell you what, Cambo, this is some race. It's the Ned CF4 Stakes over 1,400 metres, weight for age, Group 1, $500,000 up for grabs, and our favourite loves it at Caulfield. He loves the trip. And Lindsay Smith's got him flying second up. Dean Yendall takes the ride. Scales of Justice.
Excellent win first up, wasn't it? He had a lovely run in the race, but he powered to the line. You think second up 1,400 metres at this track where he's managed to win 2 of his 3 starts. He looks really well placed. Deserved favourite.
Nick Ashman assessing the horse flesh in the mounting yard. Nick, this guy is just a ripper. He races near the speed, and he always runs up to his merits.
Yeah, he's an absolute cracking type too. He's got a lovely long rein on him, a great walk. He's got a lovely hind quarter. Everything about him's really attractive to look at from a sectional point of view. Richo, he's got the best track and distance stats and the best track and distance time. You can see why the punters are piling into him.
Let's go back up to the top, and he's become a colt hero. $2.9 million in earnings. Avilius. James Cummings won this race with another old warrior in 2018 in Hartnell. It is Avilius.
Well, you could argue the trip might be a little short for him, but his first up run last preparation in the Wink Stakes was terrific. Pattern against and tempo in that respect, and just was outstanding. And we know how well Avilius has run here in the past. So whilst his optimum trip might be a touch further, he can go very well fresh over this distance range, and he is a class act.
Yeah, he's not the big bulky sort of type like some of these others here. He's a little bit more fine boned, but he looks like he's done a bit of work. He's lovely and relaxed in the mounting yard, which is what you want to see from these horses resuming in this race.
Number 2 is Haydock, so rare to win 3 Group 1 races in a career. He's been a marvel. He's won $2.4 million. We know that his brilliance can get out to 1,400 metres. His Winterbottom win was sensational 2 starts ago.
That it was. So he had a bit of a gap between that Winterbottom, of course, and the run at the Valley and the Australia Stakes. So I'm expecting a little bit of improvement here. I like him over 1,400. I like where he's drawn. I think he'll get the right run there. He is a very, very tough galloper, and I'm sure that if he can improve off that last run, he'll go very close to winning today.
Getting back out to 1,400 metres for the first time in quite a while for Haydock, and what you want to see is him being nice and relaxed, conserving every bit of energy. That's exactly how he's parading at this point in time. He couldn't be any better. He's a lovely, big, strong animal, and I think he's going to take some running down here, guys.
And Luke Curry's won the race on a couple of occasions, Suavito and Manuel last year. We moved to number 4 in Fierce Impact. And Craig Williams looking for another win in the CF4. He won with Hartnell. He teams up with Matty Smith. He's a quality entire.
He sure is. Back-to-back Group 1 wins in the Toorak and the Cantala. The miles might be his optimum trip, but first up last preparation, second to a horse by the name of Colding. That form reads very well.
He sort of doesn't have the big, strong hindquarter of a horse like Scales of Justice, but he's very strong through the front, and he looks like he's done plenty of work here for this first up run, which is interesting because in the spring he peaked on his run late in the piece. I wonder if he's just a little bit more tuned up this time.
Then we move to horse number 5. What a story this would be. The Turnbull winner, and they did a wonderful job with him in his rehab program. He got another Group 1. His name is Kingswell Dream.
Yeah, he's fresh up. He has raced well fresh in over this distance, but I think at this sort of level and with other races in mind, I'm happy to watch him today. I think, you know, he's too honest and consistent to completely leave out of calculations, but I prefer him over a touch further.
David Hayes with a chance to join CS with 4 wins in the race. His last win was back in 95 with his cup winner, Jearn. He saddles up a couple of runners here. The first of those, 50 Stars.
Yeah, I thought it was just an okay spring by this galloper standards, although he did run, of course, Fierce Impact to a very close, well, he ran second to him in the Cantala. So he's a quality galloper on his day. He's got a great record over this trip, and I think this might be, or around this distance, I reckon 14 a mile is probably his best trip.
Well, Sosie Bond races for Lindsay Park Racing as well, and Luke Nolan looking for his 5th win in the race. Moment of Change, Black Caviar, and twice on Typhoon Tracy. Can he turn back the clock with Sosie Bond?
Well, since the Gelding, this guy's been pretty consistent. He's run some terrific races, and I think fresh might be the time to catch him too. If there's a blowout in the race, I wonder if it's him.
Number 8 is Mirage Dancer, 3rd in a Caulfield Cup. He's first up from a spell today at a short trip. Can he sprint well here?
I think he will. He's a class act, and while he's got form over a touch further, I think that you'll see second preparation as well from this import. Him run a nice race today. I expect him to hit the line, but I'll be watching him with other races in mind.
He looks really well, though, in the mounting yard. He certainly looks better in the coat than he did in the spring. He's a little bit warm in behind, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him charging home late in the piece and figuring in the top 5.
And Ben Mellon rides Mirage Dancer, and he won the race in 2015 on Australian Horse of the Year, Dissident. Number 9 is Night's Watch, and James McDonald jumps on a plane this morning to replace Damien Oliver and rides for Chris Waller.
Yeah, terrific form, fresh, great record at Caulfield as well. We know Night's Watch has a brilliant burst of speed and can produce it early in the preparation, so I don't mind him over this trip. He'll need the right run, he'll need the right race shape. If he gets it, he could figure.
Number 10 is Be Good to Your Mother, won the Rupert Clark with a sensational ride by Declan Bates. That was with 52 kilos. Can he now extend his brilliance to Wait for Age?
We'll find out soon enough. Look, I think the market's got him a little bit big. He's at $14. If he goes forward and makes the running and gets an uncontested lead on his terms, it's going to look pretty attractive, those sort of odds. He's got some good ones chasing him, but it was a dominant win, of course, as you mentioned, in the Sir Rupert Clark, and it's not an easy race to win.
I didn't see him first up in the Australia Stakes, but I reckon if he's not there now, he's going to take just a fraction of improvement from this run here today. His figures over the 1,400 metres here when he won the Sir Rupert Clark are only marginally off what Scales of Justice at his best is. Obviously, the key is he carried the lighter weight that day. Now he's got to go to Wait for Age.
Number 11 is Ring-a-Ding-Ding. I think the 1,400 metres is absolutely ideal, expecting a big run on the back of what we saw in the Australia Stakes.
It was a terrific effort, just working home late in that race. Brilliant late sectionals. The Valley, he's run okay there. I think he's better at Caulfield. He's even better at Flemington, of course, that long straight giving him the time to wind up. He'll be hitting the line hard, Richo, but I'll be more interested in third up over a touch further.
And here's the only 3-year-old in the race. It is Alabama Express, All Too Hard. It's the only 3-year-old colt in the last 16 years to win the race. And Alabama Express is a colt by Redout's Choice. So Dad won the race as a 3-year-old 20 years ago.
Yeah, and this fellow won the Gothic Stakes, of course and distance back in the spring. Tough win. I don't expect those tactics adopted today up near the speed. I think he'll sit back. Great win first up. 3-year-olds are doing so well. He might not be in that top tier, but maybe he can turn that around today.
He's tightened up a bit from that win at Flemington the other day, where he ran a super last 400 metres. Sectionally speaking, the query is just, it's a very different race shape that's presenting here this afternoon, where they're going to go a lot faster in front.
If you're looking for history in this race, in the last decade, 7 winners have been the favourites. And interestingly, 6 of the last 10 winners have come through the Australia Stakes, yet there's only been 1 winner who do complete the double, the Australia Stakes and also the Sea of 4, and that was the legend that is Black Caviar. So that's the task ahead for the favourite. Scales of Justice. Nick, the pick of the yard for you.
Yeah, look, I'm going to go with the top weight, or not the top weight, the number 1 saddlecloth in Avilius. He's been turned out in absolute A1 order here, so you can see why the money's there for him. His condition was spot on. He's not an overly big horse, so you can expect him to come to hand relatively quickly. His coat was absolutely A1, and his attitude, more importantly, soaking up this hot weather here today and not really showing many signs of sweat. He goes on top for mine. I thought Haydock paraded quite well. Scales of Justice was good, just got a touch warm towards the end. Fierce Impact has some improvement to come, but look very bright in the coat. So too Mirage Dancer, and Be Good to Your Mother might be just 1 run off. All right, let's have a quick look at the sectionals for this race. Haydock's got the number 1 individual performance of any horse over the past 365 days.
Night's Watch, who is an outsider, but Scales of Justice is our favourite as we join Matty Hill.
Avilius going forward. James Cummings and Godolphin won this race 2 years ago with Hartnell in spectacular fashion. Avilius has gone in. Alabama Express, the 3-year-old. 6 3-year-olds have won this race. All Too Hard was the last of them 7 years ago. 50 Stars coming along. Night's Watch with James McDonald about to join them. Haydock, who's been soft in betting. Curry and McAvoy won this race 12 months ago with Manuel. Be Good to Your Mother will be one of the last to get set for the running of the Ned Sea of 4 Stakes at $500,000. Be Good to Your Mother goes in. Sosi Bon at the back of the chute, about to walk forward to complete the line. The Sea of 4 time-honoured contest, and they're ready to run. Set to jump. Starter has them. Gates are back at the 1,400 metres. Night's Watch missed the starter length and a quarter. Avilius goes back to second last. Haydock began really well. Straight to the lead from Be Good to Your Mother. Scales of Justice, 3 wide. Third looking to slot across. Ring-a-ding-ding right behind those. Scales of Justice is going to get the colt set. Third right behind them. 2 further back. Alabama Express on the improved. The 3-year-old from Ring-a-ding-ding. Fierce Impact. 2 lengths. Kings Will Dream. 50 Stars. Sosi Bon. 3 lengths. Mirage Dancer. Avilius. Night's Watch last. To the side of the track, and it's Haydock controlling this to the side at the 850 by 3/4. Be Good to Your Mother. 1.5 lengths. Scales of Justice third, followed by Alabama Express, and then came Fierce Impact, the outer of Ring-a-Ding-Ding. 1.5 lengths. Kings Will Dream, 7 off the lead from 50 Stars. Sosi Bon, Avilius, Mirage Dancer, Night's Watch last. So it's Haydock at the 500 metres, kept up to his work by Be Good to Your Mother. 2 further back. Scales of Justice, Every Hope from Alabama Express, Fierce Impact, then Ring-a-Ding-Ding, Kings Will Dream, Sosi Bon, Avilius a long way back with Night's Watch, Mirage Dancer in the straight at the 300. It's Haydock and Be Good to Your Mother. Alabama Express launching down the outside. Scales of Justice trying to wedge between them. Alabama Express takes the lead, cuts across Scales of Justice. Kings Will Dream, Fierce Impact late. Alabama Express, the 3-year-old's going to do it. Alabama Express has won the oar. Second, Fierce Impact. Third, Kings Will Dream from 50 Stars. Scales of Justice, Avilius. Then Be Good to Your Mother. Further back in the field, Sosi Bon, Ring-a-Ding-Ding, Haydock, Night's Watch and Mirage Dancer.
Oh, what a win. What a 3-year-old. He emulates what his father was able to do 20 years ago. Alabama Express at a big price wins the Group 1 Sea of 4 Stakes. It got a little willing in the straight. Michael D wins a Group 1 for Mike Moroney. Fierce Impact runs second. Kings Will Dream running third, and 50 Stars. Well, there was a bit of calculation about 6 months ago, and they went back and re-looked at it, and I think we'll find right now Alabama Express is Mike Moroney's 50th Group 1 in an unbelievable career, highlighted by a Melbourne Cup, and he wins it with a 3-year-old called Alabama
This
Express.
was a big win, Richo. He was off the track without cover. He was positive out of the gates. And he just, whilst he had could build that momentum when he needed to, he was still facing the breeze the whole way. He had a host of Group 1 horses around him, Corey. Tough win.
It was a tough win. Yet again, we see the horses sitting 3 wide down the back, facing the breeze, still attacking the line solid. It's a good win. I'm not sure. I'd like to see the replay again. Fierce Impact, I thought, may have been a fraction unlucky, having to come out and come around the eventual winner, but taking nothing away from the winner, it was a tough win.
It sure was. And Michael D's the winning rider. Well done to him.
There's a bit of emotion flying here. Congratulations, Michael D. That was just an awesome effort.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All credit goes down to this tough bloke. He done it tough, 3 deep, no cover from a wide barrier. And geez, he's tough. He tries hard, and that's what he did today.
Talk us through the race. Hey Doc took up the lead. They didn't walk. They were going at a nice clip.
Yeah, they kept running along, which was good. But I thought early, with that early tempo on paper, I was going to be able to slot in. But I actually didn't have the pace to sort of get right up there. But yeah, that makes it for an even better effort. And I've got to thank Mike and his team, Rupert Lee, for sticking loyal with me. He's given me a lot of support lately, so I'm glad I can repay it with the Group 1.
And what does it mean to you riding Group 1s at this time of the year? It's early in the carnival, but it just opens so many doors, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's just a feeling that you don't get to feel that often, and I'm glad I've been able to feel that a few times now.
I'll go and lap it up, mate. Congratulations. Well done.
Cheers, Chris.
Absolutely sensational win, and Mike Moroney with a 3-year-old, he's just been mobbed by the media, and Mike, that gives you a lot of satisfaction, mate. On a personal level first, I reckon we did a recalculation one night, and I think that might be Group 1 number 50 in your career.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Look, there's one there that might have been a mistaken one or whatever, changed to a Group 2, so that is probably officially now number 50, and to get it with a horse like that and a race like this is great, you know. Look, we plan to have a go at this race. Quite interesting. We sit in our think tank, Anthony and I, in the room there, and when the horse went at the paddock, when we were trying to work out when we were going to bring them back, we thought we'd bring them back and have a go at this race as this Group 1 chance. And we knew when we come out of the Group 1 3-year-old race in the straight, if things had gone our way, we were going to be right at the finish, and things didn't go our way, so we just had to grin and bear that. But the horses come back better and stronger, really become professional now. And, you know, he's just a lovely, lovely colt. You'll see he's more like Dad than probably any other horse I've seen. And he's done what Dad did. Yeah,
that's right. 20 years ago, Dad was able to win this race. In fact, he's the first 3-year-old colt for 16 years. When we think about there's only been one in 16 years, that's all too hard. He's a quality colt, this guy.
Yeah, he is. Look, got the toughest run in the race and still won, you know. When I saw he couldn't get in, I just thought to myself, then she's game over, really. But it wasn't. I was lucky, and he's that good that he did what he did, you know, so.
When you get a milestone like 50, you reflect on arriving here and then winning Melbourne Cups and thinking, gee, it's pretty easy early on in Australian racing, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, I've been lucky enough. I think it's about number 18 here in Australia since I've moved here full time. I've won 1 or 2 before then. But look, you never lose the urge and the want for these Group 1 races. They're special races, and they're very hard to win. At times, when I was a bit younger and winning them on end, it was seen a bit easier, but it's certainly not. And they're all earned, and earned by staff, just everybody that's involved.
He's a valuable colt now.
He is a very valuable colt. We're well aware of that now. We're just going to have to think about what we're going to do now. Possibly we may just run a new market or something like that even, you know. He's got that much speed, so.
Sensational, mate. I think you and your entire team deserve all the success comes your way. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Terrific performance. Look, I can't speak highly enough of the win. I'm a bit dirty on myself, Corey, because I liked him last start and I thought it wasn't going to be easy for him today, but I knew he'd run well. But I couldn't have been more impressed with what I saw. I was with Mike Moroney, and well done to Team Moroney. I mean, great great plan that's been executed and come to fruition today. But in the run, I thought he's going to have a tough task from out there.
Well, especially coming down the back once he got around to the 900 and they started coming down the hill, you could see that he was already posted the race. Everyone had got their positions, and Mickey D just had to settle for the one that he had. Like he said, the speed was very genuine, and he just had to sit there and sort of, again, keep the horse balanced, keep him happy, but just really surprised. I know he was carried the lighter weight in the race, but I was just really surprised how he stuck to his guns and really run through the line solid. He was just going as strong as anything on the line.
Certainly was. Let's hear from Lindsay Smith.
Yeah, thanks, Hutchie. Lindsay, initial thoughts?
I was a little bit disappointed that he got off the bridle sooner than I hoped, and the winner deserved the win. He gave me a short back and sides, but he sat 3 deep, and he was too good.
Looked like they rolled along, maybe the tempo against?
Well, we'll find out after, but it looked quite similar to the Mackay Diva race, so maybe they did roll along a little bit quicker than we thought, but yeah, we'll see how he pulls up.
Still have a look at the futurity.
Oh yeah, you can't give up. I think maybe cost him running third, something like that, so yeah, we'll just move on.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Cheers.
Couple of very good runs in behind. Kingsville Dream was an enormous effort. I didn't think he could be that sharp. Fierce Impact. I want to see another look at the replay with him as well, Corey, because I'm with you. I was sort of watching him, and he was in a bit of a tricky spot.
I could go back again.